we appreciate those that didn't make it home and sort of honor everybody, all the veterans that have given so much. It's hard to put into words what this country owes them.
Great point about that word honor, because now you're involved with the Honor Flight program. So please tell us a little bit about that.
I will be happy to. I am involved with the South Florida chapter or hub of Honor Flight. And their first honor flight was actually 5 or 6 private planes that flew to Washington with these guys. And it was such an exciting event, and people were so happy to get that experience that this more metamorphosis into an entire organization. And pretty soon there were hubs all over the country flying veterans to Washington. It was amazing. Yeah, we're seeing more and more Vietnam guys and gals coming now, which is great. And then someday in the next so many years, we'll end up with guys from Iraq and Iran and the various conflicts. So this is an ongoing thing, and we'll be doing this forever.
Okay, Joe, we're going to run a video now, 5-minute video about the whole program here.
The memorial's breathtaking. In my mind, the memorial represents freedom for the world. To this day, all of the Pacific is free, all of Europe is free, and thank God America is free.
Honor Flight provides, at no cost to the veteran, the opportunity to see the memorial that the American people have built on our National Mall. And I think that there's probably no better organization out there today that can provide something to somebody for nothing.
If anyone wants to see the importance of Honor Flight, look into the veterans' eyes and how they tear up when they are brought here.
You guys ready to go?
Yeah, ready to go.
We'd like to thank each and every one of you. It's truly a privilege to serve you today.
Yesterday, December 7th, 1941, a date which will live in infamy.
When they walk into that memorial and they see that their friends will never be forgotten, that the sacrifice that they paid will always be cherished, always revered, always honored by this nation, they're taken back by that. For the World War II veterans, this is their last hurrah. They don't have reunions anymore. Most of their comrades in arms have all passed away. Quite often, they are the sole survivors of that tank crew or that ship or that air crew. Bringing them into their memorial, they come there representing all of their friends.
Just have to remember where so many comrades are laying out there yet. And just one of these things, before I die, I wanted to see it. Now I can go home, and if I croak, so what? I did it.
I'm just sorry my wife couldn't be here. She died about 6 months ago.
It's the best program I've ever been associated with. You know, we're all in the same fraternity. If it hadn't been for these guys, I don't know where we'd be today or what language we'd speak.
I say about the terrorist Al-Qaeda, if it weren't for these guys, we wouldn't have to worry about terrorists today. We'd already be occupied. We'd already be a different country. So we owe them a lot.
There are families that we will call up and say, we have a seat available for your dad, only to be told that dad did not survive the winter. We're racing against a clock. In another 5 to 7 years, it'll be a moot point. They will be gone. We're working as fast as we can, but we need so much support from so many people to make these dreams a reality. This is probably the last chapter in their lives, and for some, it's literally the last paragraph of their lives. What a way to end their stories.
This has been one of the really great days of my life.
I'm sure glad I was able to live long enough to see it.
Okay. I gotta tell you what, man. I gotta get myself a tissue.
The first flight, they took 12 veterans, and in 2019, we took 23,000 plus veterans to Washington.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
these numbers are pretty impressive.
Wow.
What's going on right now, as you can see by the numbers on the screen, is that the number of Vietnam veterans is increasing, obviously, because sadly we're losing World War II and Korean veterans each day as we age. So the organization is continuing. We fly our veterans absolutely free. I think that's very important. People realize that there's no out-of-pocket cost.
So what can we do? How do you become part of a member of the Honor Flight situation?
Well, as I said, Ronnie, it's strictly a volunteer organization. There's many ways you can get involved. Obviously, if you are a veteran and you served in the military, including the Coast Guard, during any of the conflict periods, you don't necessarily have to have been in country. You didn't have to be in Europe or Japan or Korea or Vietnam.
Right.
If you served during those periods of time and you're honorably discharged, you're eligible for a free honor flight. The most important thing to remember is to go to the honorflight.org website, because that has a listing of all the hubs. So if you want to fly or volunteer or get involved at all, you need to do it at the local level. So the easiest thing to do is go to the national network on the website and then look up the hubs, which are chapters, but they call them hubs. And they have a map of the country, and you can just highlight the map and it'll show you where your hubs are located, and they're all over the country. So
honorflight.org.
Honorflight.org. That's the national network website. And
Yeah.
then as far as volunteer opportunities, each hub is 100% volunteer operated. So there's opportunities to assist with the workings, the planning, the meetings, the fundraising. It's very rewarding, I'll tell you. Of all the things I've done in the area of charity and giving back, this has been the most rewarding I've ever done.
I can imagine. Well, we got a little question and answers here, Joe.
Okay. Do I answer this? Okay. Basically, again, go to honorflight.org and look up the Connecticut chapter, the closest chapter in Connecticut, and you will be put in touch with, usually they have somebody called the volunteer coordinator. I know we have one here in South Florida. I presume they have one at the Connecticut hub, and reach out to them by email, by phone, and express your interest, and I'm sure they'll get back to you. We can always use the help.
Okay, anything else, man? Another comment? Okay, Marie. So how do you apply if you're eligible as a spouse with a deceased issue? Could a spouse go in lieu of the veteran?
I think that's an individual hub decision. I'm pretty sure in our hub, the actual veteran has to go on the trip to her local hub that she was involved with.
Let me ask you a question. Could Marie have a friend who's a veteran and go with that veteran?
Well, she would have to go as a guardian, and again, generally,
right. That's what I meant. Okay, so
right.
Yeah.
I have a feeling she may have been in line to be a guardian, but I'm not quite sure. I can't quite make out the exact
not a
question
problem.
here.
Okay.
But again, I think her hub would be the place to go.
Okay, thank you, Robert. Thank you, Robert, for thanking us.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Appreciate it.